Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Henry here, CEO with Digital Strategy Group. And in this quick free training masterclass, you're going to learn how much you should pay for your search engine optimization services, as well as answer engine optimization services. So this video is for business owners and marketing managers who want to dominate their market. And what you'll get out of this is 100% full clarity on how much you should be paying for your SEO services if you watch it all till the end. My name is Henry. I'm CEO with Digital Strategy Group. I've been doing marketing for 20 years. I have built and scaled in-house and distributed teams. I got rankings on the first page of Google for search engine optimization for 2 domains at the same time. I ranked my own agency in Google for SEO company related terms. Number 1 for Austin SEO company. Houston SEO company, San Antonio, and other respective cities in Texas. I've also ranked over 1 million keywords in Google for my clients. So I've spoken with thousands of business owners through the years, and quite often the most often question I get is, how much does SEO cost? So how much does search engine optimization cost? And more recently, how much does answer engine optimization cost for their business? Sadly, most kind of get ripped off. Most agencies, freelancers, service providers, they just kind of suck at it. It's nuanced, and it's kind of been a history of snake oil salesmen going on in the SEO space. Most have invested in the past, and they don't want to get burned again. But once I was able to hop on a quick call with them and walk them through the process, they felt relief and had clarity to really make a decision on how to move their business forward in the search engines to ultimately help them reach their goals. So that's what I really want for you today, and help give you clarity on how much SEO costs, and also equip you to make a good budget decision. Business owners and marketing managers have the greatest success when they invest properly. And today, I'll go over 3 points to consider when investing in SEO and how much you should pay for services that meet and hopefully exceed your expectations. All right, everyone. So this is where I get to riff, and I'm just going to get to go over my points. So point 1 is, how does the industry actually work? So you have freelancers and you have agencies. And freelancers, their normal rates are really going to range between $10 to $100 hourly. Here in the States, you're closer to $100 hourly. Internationally, you're looking at more about $10 hourly. And also there's a few little variables within that, but that's about what you're looking for. Now, freelancers, people maybe working out of their garage, just getting started. They have maybe 1 to 3-ish years of experience. They may market themselves well. You may run into some of those. And their minimum fees are mostly going to be, they're going to start at about $500 monthly, and they'll take your money no problem. However, there's a big gap with that, and I'm going to let you know here coming up in the video. But just note that, hey, if you just wanted to pay somebody to get you close to not much, you can do that. And they'll take your money, and they'll take your 500 bones, $500 per month, no problem. I mean, that's money they didn't have, and for them, that's almost all margin. So just note, there's a freelancer category, and that's how that works. Now, there's also agency rates. So know this. And back in the day, it used to be less and less and less. I was at Google headquarters maybe about 15 years ago, and we were taking a business, like a little mini business summit. And back then, the agency rates, we did the math, and it was about $100 hourly for an agency to even remain profitable, pay taxes, lawyers, whatever, bookkeepers, all the things, right? And agency rates now are at about $150 an hour. And for any agency that you're going to hire, you're going to be looking at paying about $3,500 and above. And I'm going to tell you why that is very important for you and your brand, because you can pay however much you want to pay, but it does not mean you will get a return on investment or the results that you're looking for. So if you want a magic pill to swallow, go for it. Just pay money and hope for the best. But In my subsequent 2 points, I'm going to give you clarity on how best to invest that budget. Point 2, let's move on. All right, so what factors impact pricing? So one thing that's very important to note is resource velocity to results. So if you want to get there faster, just know you're going to need to pay a little more. If you don't mind kind of spreading things out and you have your budget also spread out in like other areas and other channels, no problem. But just note that the more you pay, the quicker you get there at the end of the day. All right, so what you need doesn't change. So you're always going to, and no matter what, you're going to need someone to do this. On-page foundational build-out, no matter what. You're going to need all the content on your site, and you're going to need some development work at the end of the day. Those are kind of the 3 core tenets, right? And that's all just kind of like on-page stuff, okay? And the second point here is off-page with making you popular online. So you have on-page of stuff that you just have to do, and then there's off-page of just stuff that you absolutely have to do. So it's just not going to change. And in my next point, I'll let you know why and how. But for example, something that will fluctuate some of the pricing will be relationships. Because to build relationships for you on behalf of your brand, it takes human capital, resources, time. Also, those relationships aren't free, so sometimes it takes budget. So what that looks like in SEO is there's traditional link building as well as brand mentions as an example. Next, you have SEO brand building. So SEO brand building is kind of more out of the box, not super traditional. It's kind of a, newer, how can I say this? Technically, I invented SEO brand building a few years back, and it's starting to become popular now. That actually exact term. All right, so we have SEO brand building. So that's where you get in contact with, it's more an advanced method to get in contact with influencers and webmasters to promote your brand. On top of that, we have real-time media monitoring. So that's where we would monitor the media for mentions of your brand. Also, we would look for mentions of your competitor's brand, as well as whenever people type in certain keywords on the internet, we want to make sure that we get real-time alerts when that happens. And we want to have essentially a representative representing your brand online to go and take part in those conversations. So something that's really cool about that is just a little bonus note is you can actually get business right away with that. And it's a really cool tactic that works. Quick story. It was just about a year ago. I took on a client. Really, it was a consulting client, but I jumped in for a few days and I said, okay, I'll just get the work done for you real quick, kind of as a favor. And what happened was I did SEO brand building for him, and I did the latter. I was monitoring the media for his brand, his competitors' brands, as well as keywords we want to get ranked for. And there's a few opportunities in there that were showing up in the search engines. So I went and commented on some of those, as well as there's a few other opportunities that came up in some social media comments and sites. So I made a few strategic, SEO centric as well as conversion friendly that represented his brand well. And he actually got a lead to come in from that in 3 days, closed him, brought him on as an accounting client for him. So these are the types of things, and these out-of-the-box ways of thinking is what can really help you hit the ground running fast, get to results quicker, as well as get to results at all. I'm sure many of you listening to this video already invested tons of time and effort and budget, and you just didn't really reach where you wanted to go. All right, so if you're not listening right now, I really need you to listen up, because this is something that's very, very important for you and your brand. If you hear or learn or understand anything about this video, you need to understand this story, this analogy. So SEO, search engine optimization, answer engine optimization, getting rankings in the search engines. What does that actually take, right? And what is the methodology behind it? What do we actually need or have to do to make that happen? How do we get there fastest to get the results as quickest to get you an ROI and track those KPIs so you can kind of rest easy and be assured that, hey, like this investment is paying off and I want to double down. I want to triple down. And those are the types of clients we want to work with and for in this market. If that's you, feel free to just schedule a quick call with me. I will actually jump on with you, and we'll talk about a quick 15-minute conversation. We'll talk about what that might look like, and if we're even a good fit, or if SEO is even a good fit for you. But SEO is like a bear in the woods. Let me tell you a little story. There's two guys hiking in the woods with their backpacks on, about mile 10 on a 30-mile hike, right? Because that's just how they do it. They're trying to be their best they can be. So two dudes walking through the woods. They're a little tired. But then there's a bear. Big grizzly bear. Standing up on two legs, 10 feet away from them in front, growling. Roar. The dude in front freezes. The dude in back freezes. Now what do? The dude in back starts to slowly remove his pack and all the heavy stuff. His canteen or camelback, lays it down on the ground. Number one man looks back at number two man in between him and the bear, and he says, "Hey, bro, what are you doing? You know we can't outrun a bear." The dude slowly turns, and as he gets ready, starting to sprint off, you know what he says? He says, "I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you." Now, what does that mean? What does that mean for your SEO campaign and your SEO results? All that means is there's many, many, many things to do in SEO, and I can give you the many things list without missing a thing. But how do you know which things to do? And why is outpacing the bear or outpacing the other dude who is your competitor? Why is that so important? Because you don't have to be the fastest one in the world. You just have to be the fastest one out of the two. Or if there's a group of 10 out of the 10. But SEO is just like that situation. All you have to do is outpace your competition so the bear doesn't get you and you win. So you want to get number one rankings, you just have to outpace the competition. All right, and your final third point on how much does SEO cost? How much does search engine optimization cost is you need to find the right SEO team relationship structure. And this is part of what is going to dictate your success, as well as how much you pay and when and how. Let's talk about that. So what do you actually need to look for? So you need a team with proven SEO experience with multiple pricing structures that really fit your needs. Now there's freelancers, and freelancers could support existing strategies. SEO, the days of a one-person SEO show, it doesn't exist anymore. It's not a reality. If you have a one-person SEO team, you are highly, highly handicapping yourself and your efforts and your return on investment. You might as well just do something else with your funds and don't even bother. Why is that? Okay, so back in 2015, actually 2010 to 2015-ish, that's about when it ended. The days of freelancer, one person, SEOing everything, helping you be competitive in the search engines. For a business that wants to dominate the market, it just doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. There's a few scenarios where you can see some success, which we could talk about, which is normally involved in a quick win strategy for you guys, and you would already have authority on your site, so you could come in and do some things real quick and help it grow, but then you're limited and you're stuck. So there's a team structure that it actually takes with a slew of about 8 to 10 total team members that it takes to dominate a market with certain certain expertise. There we go. But anyways, just note that, hey, freelancers, they're usually used to support existing strategies. So if you have an internal team and you have already a set thing of tasks that you want them to execute. You can use a freelancer or whatever, quick one-off things. But if you're trying to dominate and grow, it's not going to happen. Next is, where else can you find people with proven SEO experience that actually has the team to drive the results? It's boutique and bespoke agencies. So now, basically, they'll create and execute the strategy, and they're accountable to results, and they're accountable to the ROI. And that's something I would highly encourage you guys map out in the beginning, because that will also take you to the pricing models, which we're going to touch on right next. So what about larger agencies and their structures? They're not, you have to pay a lot of extra for a lot of their branding, their corporate offices. And also a lot of times they're bloated and they're not as efficient and quick to move with the market. So something we do that's a little different here, not to toot our own horn, but something that we do a little different here is we build our own proprietary processes, and we build our own proprietary tool sets. And we used to be normally about 2 to 3 years ahead of the market trends. And now we're about, just things are moving so fast, and especially right now, we're at about 6 to 12 months ahead. But, larger agencies just don't do that. And also, if you work with an agency that has a distributed team, and if you're considering the SEO bear analogy, at the end of the day, that's all you really need. You just need to outpace the competition. So if you can find an efficient agency that's built and scaled to grow with you with a pricing model that works, let's talk about that. So just know, let's talk about pricing models. Pricing models, just know the rule with agencies: for things to be healthy, for a business to grow, as well as the agency to be healthy, and as well as you to be able to not pay bloated fees that you might not really have to. But just note that if you have an agency that commits to a certain margin, and then they use the additional margin, no matter what, to make your account and to make your rankings even higher, even faster, I think that's a great model to consider. Actually, I know it is. I think it's the best model. It's my model. It's our model. But just note that, hey, agencies, their normal margins are 30%. So if you're ever trying to get less than that or whatnot, or if you want to know, hey, how does it get to 30%? I have another video. You can click on it and look at that and figure out, hey, if you really wanted to thread the needle. But I really wouldn't recommend it. But just note that, hey, margins are about 30%, and depending on how they're structured will dictate how much resources you get to the account. So just note that. All right, so what are the different pricing models? So one, you have monthly retainers. So you're going to pay a monthly fee for them to execute, strategize, and grow your rankings in the search engines. Next, there's retainers plus performance bonuses. So that's something that can actually work very well, where the agency can have skin in the game, as well as the business can have a reduced fee, and they pay on the back end more as they grow, and the better the agency does. Those terms. So let's go back to the monthly retainers. The monthly retainers, those are normally agencies normally ask for a 30-day cancellation, 30, 60, or 90-day cancellation. It really depends how complex the campaign is set up. But just note, wherever you sign, whoever you sign with, that's what you're going to need or look at. Now, if you want more of a commitment from them, you're going to need to sign or want to sign an annual agreement. And that can it can be good for both, where they can guarantee a certain amount and a certain set of team members. Because if you think about it, you get a boutique agency, you get a bespoke agency. They can actually bob and weave and grow. They can technically be your in-house team that's outsourced in a way, which is it's interesting and awesome and amazing concept. You are going to need to sign for 30 days to a year. All right, back to retainer and performance with performance bonuses. those types of agreements are usually about 3 years. You're going to need to agree to about 3 years. There's a lot of factors that impact that pricing and that pricing model. There's a lot of trust, and there's also some back end kind of paperwork, and you're gonna have to have them peek a little bit behind the curtain for you guys to agree to something like that. But that's something that's going to need to happen. Lastly, is there's rev share, where you don't put any money in the game. You just say, hey, you just have a proven business model. You go to the agency, and you're like, hey, I really believe that my business can grow, and I'm having a hard time marketing it. Can you help? Will you help? And absolutely. Just give them 50% off of whatever you bring in, and you don't have to pay anything to get that. No sweat off your back. You just sit back and let them do all the work. That is actually really pretty legit, I think, for both. And it's basically you can have nothing, or you can have something that you were not going to have. All right, so just note that those are your 3 options, okay? You're going to have normal monthly retainers. It's going to be between the 30-day and annual agreements. And you're going to have retainer plus performance bonuses, which is about 3 years. You're going to have to sign for that for it to make the most business sense, I think, for both. And then there's also revenue share models, which are normally about 5 years, 5-year agreements. All right, and which brings us to the next point, which is how much should you pay for your SEO services? You have to do what you have to do, no matter what. So SEO was like that bear in the woods, and you just had to outrun your competition. So who do you think makes that decision? It is your competitors. So what are your competitors doing? You're just going to have to one-up them. Now, what does that look like? There's another video that you can click on, and that'll tell you exactly what are all the different factors and what does it take to make the campaign successful, and how do you actually just beat your competitors. So I've done thousands of audits, done thousands of consultations, helped thousands of businesses really grow and scale in the search engines. How much do the happiest clients pay? The ones who pay and continue to pay and grow and scale. What is like a good starting point for them to launch and get some success? Now, for local SEO, you're looking at $1,500 monthly. That's really the minimum for low competition, but that's where it starts. Anything less than that, you're not going to get anything out of it. Don't even bother, not even with the freelancer. Next is national SEO. So you guys want to get started in SEO nationally, start to show up, get an ROI. For a good portion of you, $3,500 is the lowest you guys are going to be able to go. You can't really go any lower than that. There's just too many levers involved, too many team members. It is what it is. It's your competitors. Go talk to them. If you want to dominate your market, that normally starts at about $5,500 to $8,500. Now, that's kind of the sweet spot between businesses, because that is where also a bespoke boutique agency can bob and weave, also just outpace the competitors with what you're doing with that budget, and you guys win. SEO, remember, it's like the 2 dudes in the wood and the bear. You just got to outpace them. But the happiest clients pay between $5,500 and $8,500 monthly. Now, there are other circumstances and other types of businesses and business models where they do pay $25K and above. You guys are kind of like more unique. And you know what? I would recommend just skip all the videos and just book a call if that's you. We can talk about use cases that may be good for you, and there's reasons why prices are that high, and it's because people make a lot of money when they invest a lot of resources. All right, so there's a portion of you that are saying, oh, shoot, I don't have that kind of budget. I really don't think SEO services are a good fit for you. But if you want to know other growth options to help you grow your business, in addition to SEO, or how to move forward with your SEO on a budget, watch the other video that I created here, and it will go over exactly what your options are. Book a call and we can talk about it real quick in 15 minutes or less and hammer it out. You even have to watch the video. But some of you are scared, so feel free to watch the video. If you ain't scared, feel free to just book a quick call. We can talk about it. You know what? Most of you guys aren't a good fit, and that's okay. More than 90% of you guys are not a good fit with us, but that's okay. And that's expected, actually. But what you can get out of it is I have 20 years experience. I have tons of success. I also have fractional chief marketing officer experience, as well as growth, a custom growth process that I invented, of which SEO is just one point, is just one channel of many other channels to help you grow and scale and really dominate your market. If you're wondering if you should make the investment, where I see most people go wrong is they just don't ask for help. So your fastest, quickest, easiest way to knowing if SEO is a good fit for you, again, you can watch the video, or you can just schedule a call with us real quick and we'll go over it. But book a call with me and we can review your case and come to a conclusion in 15 minutes or less. No risk, no problem. You'll know exactly how much you, particular in your exact use case, should pay. Maybe SEO is not the greatest fit for you, which is sometimes the case, which we can also talk about. But really, most people just don't ask for help. I don't know why. It is how it is, what it is. Don't be that guy. Don't be the loser. But most people watching this video just won't take action, and their business growth will stay stagnant. It's just a fact. It's just simple math and statistics. I've seen it 1,000 times. Sincerely, this is your opportunity to make the best of it. I'm sitting here in this exact spot waiting to talk to you. If you want clarity on next steps, book a call. Still tiptoeing around. Maybe you're hesitant, a little scared, not sure what to do. I don't want to talk to somebody. I'm not sure. Hey, no problem. If you don't want to commit to a call, then don't text us. However, if you're a busy owner and you want some answers now, maybe a few pinpointed things, and you want clarity on next steps, and you do want to dominate your market, shoot us a text at the number below. We'll address those concerns quickly, and then the next step will be to jump on a quick call if we both choose as well. Now, there's only so much we can do through text, but if that's a path and an avenue you wanted to take, go for it. For now, if there's the number down there, it's open. If not, we removed it because everyone is wasting each other's time. Now, I hope this video was of value to you. Just know, SEO are like two hikers in the woods. A bear comes running up on them. One dude takes off his gear. He outpaces the other. Other dude gets eaten. He gets away. Hopefully it wasn't his friend. But that's you with your SEO campaigns. We just have to outpace the competition. Thanks, everyone. Hope this finds you well. Have a great day.